I'm actually super excited for this project. So, a lot of I guess the reason I do these interviews and these videos in general is just because it's a more exciting content style for me, and I think it's a little bit more engaging. I love when people get engaged and I think it just contributes a little bit more value than posting and one-sided pictures and videos. I just like that kind of live interaction. So if I can really build up the audience here, that's kind of exciting for me, because I do love to interact with people. So I want to give big ups to Bill Burke, first of all, because Bill, no matter what broadcast it is, so we do some coaching in the UFE 90-day challenge program, always the first one on the broadcast. He's always the first one on the broadcast for any of these interviews, and now for my own project, which is outside of UFE, he's first one on for Elite Physique Coach's Corner, which is going to be the title of this. And yes, for all you Canadians who watch Coach's Corner and Don Cherry, I completely stole the idea from him. So it's not like I'm trying to be subtle about that. Completely stole the idea because I think it's awesome. Okay, and called my business Elite Physique Coach. So I thought it would be cool. Also, big ups to Tony Lacey. Tony, you're following everything we do. So I appreciate your enthusiasm and you being a very loyal and awesome fan. That's all I can say. Really appreciate you. So with that said, I kind of want to get into, I'm going to introduce myself first. And the reason I'm going to say any of this stuff, I'm going to say it in a matter-of-fact way. I'm not looking to brag about anything, but I'll get into the why I'm doing this and what we'll talk about. But before any of that, I want people to know that, yeah, this guy, Sean Everingham, okay, yeah, he might know what he's talking about. I might introduce myself. You might think, hey, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and that's cool too. But I'm going to give you a little bit of background about myself, and hopefully with that, you're kind of like, oh, okay, this might be a cool guy to listen to and learn from and all that kind of stuff. So I've been a lifelong, if you consider, I wasn't way into fitness when I was a kid, but I was into sports and stuff. But as soon as I became a very young adult, and then I'd say that started at 17, I've been extremely passionate about fitness and the industry. And I started my workout journey at 17, and I started the journey mainly as a way to get confidence. So, a lot of people don't know too much about my past. I grew up in a really rough area. It's in Canada. It's about as ghetto as you can get, and a lot of rough, kind of tough people. And at first, it was just because I was just kind of afraid to get my ass kicked, to be honest. I'm 17 and there's the gang members and all kinds of people around, and it's like, holy smokes. So I just kind of worked out. I wanted to get bigger. I wanted to feel more confident. I wanted to feel tough, all that kind of stuff. And as I started going through this journey, it became more than about getting big and getting tough and looking intimidating and all this kind of stuff that comes from, kind of young males. I just got passionate about it in general. Yes, my confidence certainly increased, and it really changed like a whole bunch of stuff about me. I was just more confident in general interactions with people. I felt more confident to speak up. I felt more confident to just be who the heck I was. Working out gave me so much confidence in so many areas of my life, and I'm so thankful for what it gave to me. And when I see people kind of putting down, fitness or fitness competitions or anything to do with the fitness industry, when it's, when it's not kind of off kilter and bad advice or anything like that. That is something I'm going to talk about, and it's something I don't like because this has given so much to me, and it's given so much to my clients. So, I got into fitness when I was 17. It gave me that confidence. I kind of backslid. There was just another rough period of my life where I kind of backslid. I kept working out, but I was just like binge eating and doing crazy stuff. And by the time I was 20, I was 247 pounds, and it wasn't some big jacked up steroid guy. I was a big fat guy, and eating Wendy's triple burger combos every day. They taste super amazing, but obviously eating those every day, can obviously lead to some difficulties. So at some point, I kind of got my mind back on track, and it was actually when I saw Bill Phillips and the Body for Life transformation challenge. So, it was a challenge where he was saying, hey, if you can win this transformation challenge and you're going to submit before and after pictures, you're going to take measurements and you're going to describe your inner transformation. If you win that, hey, we've got a car you can win, and if you're one of the top champions, you'll get, whatever it is, a little bit of money, some sort of recognition, whatever it is. And I just thought that was really cool. And I actually really liked Bill Phillips at the time. He owned a supplement company called EAS and a magazine called Muscle Media. And I followed him, really liked his supplements, and just thought this would be something cool to get into and a good kickstart. So I ended up doing that challenge. So like I said, I was 247 pounds. Within that 12 weeks, I lost 48 pounds. I got down to 199 pounds. I got lean. I got mean. Mean, I mean lean and mean. I don't mean I turned into a mean person. And I actually was one of the top 12 finishers in Canada. So I didn't win the whole challenge, but I was one of the top 12 in Canada. There was about 100,000 people at that point. I think 10,000 people finished the challenge, and then I was top 12, and I got to meet Bill Phillips, got a whole bunch of free swag, but it was just a very cool experience being a part of that. And that kind of just ignited my passion for fitness a little bit more. I got into bodybuilding, did very well in my I didn't do so well in my first show. I did okay because I competed right after that. Kind of learned some lessons from that first show. So I competed in the juniors. I finished fourth in a national level competition, but there's only 6 guys in it. The next year I came back, I learned what I needed to improve on, and I won. And then I got into personal training myself. And I've been a personal trainer ever since. I won't tell you exactly how long ago that was because I always kind of keep my age a secret. But it's 15 plus years that I've been training, and I've been so passionate about fitness since then. And the results I've got my clients, I've seen it change their lives. So even though I've got onto something new, a lot of you guys know me as the guy who runs UFE. And that's an extension of my fitness passion, of course. I loved bodybuilding and fitness competitions and the camaraderie that it brought forth, and the cool experience, the stage you get to compete on. It's amazing. But even though I do that, and we now run shows around the world, we've got shows in Canada, the US, the UK, we're going to be expanding to Croatia. We've got affiliates in India and Australia. I never stopped training. I've always been passionate about it. I didn't say, hey, I'm running this big business and now I'm too big to be training. I've always enjoyed it. It always gives me a reward to see the results that my clients are getting. And it's something I'll probably continue until I'm too old to be on the floor training clients anymore. So that's kind of a little bit about my background. As a personal trainer, I'm an ACE certified personal trainer and fitness and nutrition coach. So ACE is the American Council on Exercise. I'm an IFPA certified bodybuilding instructor. Those of you who are into the fitness industry probably know the organization IDEA. They've recognized me as an elite personal trainer. I've got my kinesiology degree, and I've gone on to postgraduate studies. But with UFE and everything, my passion is also business. So I didn't get like a master's in kinesiology or anything. I ended up getting my MBA. So that's a little bit about my background. I hope it kind of explains, where I'm coming from, where I might be qualified to speak on a lot of the subjects I do. And then I kind of want to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this broadcast. So you're going to see this. This will be, my first and only introduction about why I do this and everything like that. And then we're going to get kind of right into the meat and potatoes of exactly what this broadcast is. But why I'm doing this broadcast is because I'm passionate about the industry. Like I said, I've been in this industry since I was 17. I've loved it. I've loved the confidence it gives me. I love what it does for my clients. I love the bodybuilding side. I love the sports training side. I love all of it. I'm very passionate about the industry, and I want to share my knowledge. So this is kind of a legacy project for me. So when I train people, it's one-on-one mostly, whether it's online training or in-person training. The UFE 90-day challenge has given me a chance to kind of get involved with transforming more people's lives. So that's kind of cool. But I just love to kind of increase, my voice and some of the knowledge I have, especially in this industry of Instagram. I'm seeing a lot of people that, they look good in pictures, but they really don't know anything about the fitness industry and or about training and nutrition or whatever, because a lot of them are working with a coach and they just, blindly follow it, or they're, taking whatever drugs that don't require the same kind of, knowledge about the industry to get into shape that just makes them look good on pictures. So there's just kind of a lot of crap out there. There's a lot of people putting different parts of the industry down. There's a lot of fads. There's a lot of people just trying to make money. So I thought this was a great time to establish this legacy project where I could kind of put out there some knowledge that I think is going to benefit people in general. I also love teaching. So I went back to school not too long ago to do my MBA, as I said, and I just finished doing that in 2017. So, I didn't have to do that. It cost me a lot of money to do an MBA. UFE was doing fine, but it added to my knowledge. It was amazing. The networking was cool. But I just love being around the academic environment. I love teaching. So since then, I graduated in 2017, and I've been going back to McMaster. Actually, I just got hired on again as a teaching assistant. Now, a lot of times this is like a master's student, somebody who just graduated from their bachelor's or PhD. I go back because I just love teaching. I love it. I like being a part of it. I like helping guide students and all that kind of stuff. So that's me, and that's kind of why I'm doing this as well. But I also love learning. So as this grows, I can see like 10 people have tuned in so far. Maybe after a week's time, this thing gets 200 views. Maybe at some point we're getting 200,000 views or 2 million views. As that grows, I'm sure people are going to offer different opinions from what I've said. Some will be ridiculous. Some will be good though, and it's going to help me to learn. So I might have a fact that I've got in my head and I've done some research on it, and maybe somebody has a great debate with me and it changes my mind on stuff. So as much as this is kind of a legacy project I'm into, to share knowledge, it's actually going to help me grow as well. So I'm excited for that. And I know that a lot of the Facebook friends and Instagram friends who were kind of giving props and saying they were going to tune in. A lot of them are quite knowledgeable people. I see there was other personal trainers and some reputable contest coaches, some UFE pro athletes, some pro athletes with other organizations. I'm sure at some point we're going to get to a point where somebody offers an opposing view. And in fact, I might kind of pull you onto this with me. So you never know when you'll get a surprise invite to join me on here. Finally, what am I going to talk about every day? So I'm going to try and talk about very topical things. So stuff that you might be reading about in the papers or in magazines, or these days, much more commonly, stuff you might be seeing on social media. And there is so much material around this. And typically, like, if something's in the papers, at least it's been somewhat vetted, and it's not always correct, and there are some points of disagreement sometimes. But in the world of social media, people can just put whatever unvetted information they have out there. So I'm going to address a lot of what we see on social media and talk about it. I'm also going to kind of, there's a lot of people out there that will tell you, here's how many calories I'm eating, here's how you should be training, do this, do that, here's the latest fitness trends, here's my fitness advice. And people on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat, whatever it is, they're trusting them based on their abs or the fact that they've done a competition before. Where possible, and where I'm giving an opinion that I think is important for people to know, I'm going to try and cite my sources. So I'll tell you where I got this information from, and I can assure you it's not going to be the National Enquirer or some other, I'm not going to say I read this person's Instagram post to get this information. I'm going to use the best sources that I have at my disposal to kind of talk about different stuff. I can kind of guarantee you that if you're going to watch me, some of you who know me through UFE, I'm running a business. We're about energy. We're about fitness events. And there's a lot of just paying customers that we just want to be all about positive energy and just embracing their journey. By nature, I'm actually a very blunt person, so I can assure you that if you know me from UFE, this will be a little bit different. You'll see my tone is a little bit different. I'll say things very matter-of-factly. Not everybody's going to agree with it. Not everybody's going to agree with my opinion. But I'm going to try and make sure that whoever is interested in learning more about fitness or anything related to the fitness industry or health or anti-aging, longevity, because those are some of the subjects I'll get into, I'm going to ensure that there's some value provided. So going back to the name of this, Elite Physique Coaches Corner, kind of the same thing with a Don Cherry. Not, people love him or hate him. He's very matter of fact. It's almost become kind of a joke at this point, but very matter of fact. He has his opinions. You sometimes agree, you sometimes don't. But hockey fans really like the value he adds in terms of knowledge. And he's also entertaining sometimes. So as this show, I'll call it, as this show grows, I'm going to try and get a little bit more entertaining, whether it's bringing other people on, whether it's taking it out of my home office and bringing it to another set, whatever it is, whether I dress in a Don Cherry suit jacket with one of those big, huge collars. We'll see. Whatever it takes to make this interesting, I'll try and give value. I am going to have interviews here. So anybody who has a subject they would like to talk about, put it in the comments below. And I'll be happy to kind of look over that and see if it might be good for us to have a little sit down, which will be watched by, of course, the fan base. So I'll have interviews. I've got some people in mind that I'm going to bring on. that I think are going to add a lot of value as well. And I'm going to engage and discuss with the live viewers what's going on. So, I might be in the middle of making a point saying, hey, fasted cardio is great for X reason. And somebody goes, hey, Sean, you big dummy, whatever, this is the reason it's not good. And then we'll engage. And I won't call you a dummy, even if you call me a dummy, but we'll engage, we'll have some discussion. And if you guys want to interject opinions, or if I'm talking about something and you've got a question I can answer, I'd love to get involved with everything you guys are saying on the comments there, and kind of add some value to it. Okay, that's pretty much it. So next Wednesday, I'm going to be discussing an article. So I want you to look in the comments below. I haven't posted it yet, so as soon as this discussion is over, I'm going to post the link to an article. So your homework, right? I promised some homework in this. All of you who saw my Facebook post, I'm going to get you involved in some homework. I want you to read this article because it's going to allow you to kind of counterpoint if I've got a point, or agree or chime in, offer your opinion, and have more questions, because that's what's going to make this broadcast cool. Not anything I've got in the background, not whether I'm wearing a suit jacket, not whether I've shaved that day. It's going to be the content and the discussion that's going to add value and get people excited to watch this. Like I said, I'm going to assign some homework. I want you to read this article. It's not a complex article. It's from the CBC, and it's a lot of opinions in there. And then there's a few experts who kind of weigh in. And I'm going to be very contrarian to this article, and I'm going to kind of come out swinging next week. So that's where you're going to see me a little bit more matter of fact, a little bit more blunt. And like I said, if you don't agree, give a counterpoint. If you do agree, add your opinion. And if you've got questions, of course, ask them. Okay. So we actually had pretty decent attendance of people coming in for this first live. I'm going to get people used to these kind of Wednesdays at 7:30. We're going to keep doing it over and over and over, and hopefully people are getting kind of used to it, and they budget, their 30 minutes once a week to come watch and interact. But those of you who were on live, thanks so much. And those of you not watching live, I'm still always looking for your opinions and questions and whatever you have in the comments below, whether it's on Facebook or it's on YouTube. Please add, because it might give me an idea for a discussion the following week. Or I might just reach out to you and say, hey, maybe you should come on and we should have a little discussion live for everybody else. Okay, so that's kind of what to expect. I hope everybody kind of enjoyed this intro, got something out of it, and then, like I said, I will. Maurizio, can't wait to tune in. Good. Yes. Mao. Phoebe is one of our UFE Pro figure and women's physique competitors. So Phoebe, awesome. Thank you for saying this is awesome and that it's such a great idea. I'd love to hear your opinions on what I say starting next week, because it is going to be heavily to do with fitness competitors. And I guess I am rambling on, but in the context of what I'm going to discuss, a lot of things will come from the context of the fitness competition world. That's the world I've been really involved in for the last several years. But that does not preclude people. For example, Maurizio Martinez, he's a businessman. He's a businessman. Okay, he's not a fitness competitor. But this stuff will be applicable to Maurizio as much as it'll be applicable to Phoebe, who's a top-level fitness competitor. So lots of cool stuff coming. And like I said, the more you guys engage, the more awesome this is going to be. All right, so I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm super pumped to talk to you guys next week. And like I said, look in the links below for that homework. Okay, so it's going to be a CBC article. Read it, and we'll chat next week about it.